Today we are going to discuss about the matrix representation of symmetry elements. That is, any symmetry operation about a symmetry element in a molecule involves the transformation of a set of coordinates x, y and z of an atom into a set of new coordinates x dash, y dash and z dash. The two sets of coordinates can be related by a set of matrix equations. This set of equations may also be formulated in a matrix notation. Thus, each symmetry operation can be represented by a specific matrix. And this is known as matrix representation of symmetry elements. And if we know or if we have a knowledge of the matrices of the various operations in a molecule, and it will be useful to solve the structural problems in chemistry. Okay, so we are going to study first about the matrix representation of a rotation operation. Consider the figure, and here we have a vector OP, or we can call it as the vector R, and its coordinates are x1, y1 and z1, and we are going to perform a rotation along an angle theta. And now the coordinates changes to x2, y2, z2. If we are rotating along an angle theta, the vector changes to x2, y2 and z2. And the rotation is doing along the z axis. So the z coordinates will not change. Or we can say that z1 will be equal to z2. And for solving this, we are using some trigonometrical relations. As we are considering it as two triangles. The triangle one is OMP and the second triangle is ORQ. And we can take that vector OM, it will be equal to x1. That is the first distance, x1, and it will be equal to r cos alpha. And we can also note that PM is equal to y1. That is the distance along the y-axis, and it will be equal to r1 sin alpha, or r cos alpha and r sin alpha, as this is the vector r. And similarly, the vector OR, it is equal to the vector r, then cos alpha plus theta. That is the first angle of the triangle OPM is alpha, and then we are rotating it along an axis of theta degree. So now the angle will be equal to OR will be equal to x2 will be equal to r cos alpha plus theta. And what about QR? It will be equal to y2 and it will be equal to r sin alpha plus theta. And we all know that cos alpha plus theta is equal to cos alpha cos theta minus sin alpha sin theta. Okay. Or it can be equal to x1 cos theta minus y1 sin theta. Or we can write that, or we can open this bracket. That is r cos alpha plus theta is equal to r cos alpha cos theta minus r sin alpha sin theta. And we all know that r cos alpha is equal to x1 and r sin alpha is equal to y1. Therefore, x2 will be equal to x1 cos theta minus y1 sin theta. Similarly, sin A plus B is equal to sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. So y2, we can write y2 as r sin alpha cos theta plus r cos alpha sin theta. And we know that r sin alpha is equal to y1 and r cos alpha is equal to y2. Therefore, the equation y2 is equal to y1 cos theta plus x1 sin theta. And also we know that z2 is equal to z1. And now we have got the coordinates of x1, x2 and y1 and y2. So we can write that x2 is equal to x1 cos theta minus y1 sin theta plus 0 z1. And y2 is equal to x1 sin theta plus y1 cos theta plus 0 z1. And z2 is equal to, while considering z2, the axis x and y axis remains the same, and z1 will equal to z2. z2 is equal to 0 x1 plus 0 y1 plus z1. And now we are going to write the above equation in the form of a matrix. That is x1 y1 z1 into we are taking the coordinates of x1, y1 and z1. Cos theta minus sin theta. That is, here we have x2 is equal to x1 cos theta. So in the place of x1 we can write cos theta, and for the minus y1 we can write minus sin theta. Then again sin theta, cos theta, 0, 0, 1, and it will be equal to x2, y2, z2. And the last term, as it is zeros and 1, we can ignore it, or we can neglect it, or we can write that x1 as y1 is equal to cos theta minus sin theta, cos theta. It is equal to x2 and y2. And the above matrix can also be rewritten as this, like this. Or we can say that x1 is equal to x2 is equal to cos theta minus sin theta, y2 is equal to y1 is equal to sin theta minus cos theta. And z1 is equal to z2. Z axis does not change. And if the value of theta is equal to 0 degree, then we can write that x1 into 1 into 0, y1 into 0 into 1. That is, we are giving the values of theta. That is, cos 0 is equal to 1 and sin 0 is equal to 0. We will get x2, y2 is equal to 1, 0, 0, 1. Okay, this is the matrix representation for a proper axis of rotation. That is, x1, y1 is equal to cos theta minus sin theta, cos theta, which is equal to x2, y2. And now we can find out the same. That is, the matrix representation for improper axis of rotation. And improper axis of rotation. What do you mean by improper axis of rotation? It is a rotation followed by reflection in a plane perpendicular to the axis of rotation. And in the above case, we have derived at the equation for or matrix representation for the rotation operation. And now we have to conduct or do a reflection along this. And the reflection should be in a plane perpendicular to the axis of rotation. And here we have taken along it on the xy plane, or we are taking it in the z axis of rotation, and hence the reflection plane should be xy. That's the vector r should be reflected through the xy plane. And we can notice that when we are rotating along the xy plane, the xy plane remains the same, and the atom which lies on the, or the vector which lies on the z axis changes its position. That is, its lobes are interchanging, or we can say that z1, z2 is equal to minus z1. That is, if the improper rotation is done along xy axis along an angle theta, z axis along an theta, the reflection should be along the xy plane. Then the z axis produces the same transformation of x and y coordinates as in proper rotation, and there will be change in the sign of the z coordinates. And the matrix representation can be written as Sn is equal to cos theta minus sin theta 0, sin theta cos theta 0, 0, 0, minus 1. And this is the matrix representation for improper axis of rotation. That's all about the matrix representation of rotation and reflection. Thank you.